The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Riverside Park in beautiful Springfield, Minnesota, and the Minnesota Baseball Association Class C State Tournament here on PrepSpotlight.tv. My name's Eric Bramer. Today we have the Cold Spring Rockies against the Bemidji Blue Ox, with the winner moving on to the Final Four later tonight, and the loser going home. One game already under our belts today here in Springfield. That was a Fairmont 5-1 victory over Buffalo. Fairmont waiting for the victor of this game to play at 6 p.m. The winner of that game moves on to the championship tomorrow afternoon. Cold Spring Rockies have been introduced. Bemidji Blue Ox being introduced right now. We'll give you the starting lineups for the visiting Cold Spring Rockies. They're managed by David Jonas. Leading off in center field is Tyler Geislinger. Batting second, the shortstop, Jordan New. Batting third, playing at third, David Jonas, the player manager. Cleanup batter and first baseman is Austin Duffner. Batting fifth at second base, Alex Geislinger. Batting sixth in left field, Nick Skluzachik. Batting seventh, the catcher, Kelvin Keltoff. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Sam Distel. And batting ninth in right field, Brady Lynn. Cold Spring Rockies will send to the mound Jake Brinker. On the other side for the Bemidji Blue Ox, they're managed by Cody Rutledge. Leading off at shortstop, Mitch Hendricks. Batting second and playing second, Connor McNallen. Batting third, playing in center field, Cody Rutledge, the player manager. Cleanup hitter and left fielder is Otto Grimm. Batting fifth, the DH and pitcher, Turner Storm. Batting sixth in right field, Colin Rutledge. Batting seventh, the catcher, Caleb Manicky. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Basil Zulke. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Brady Rutledge. Bemidji is the home team. Looking at the bracket, Cold Spring got here needing to win a play-in game. They did that decisively, 12-1 over Starbuck a week ago Saturday. Then, the very next weekend on Sunday, 2 weeks ago, they won the opener against Starbuck. Last weekend, a 12-8 victory over Buckman here in Springfield. On Friday night, over in Milroy, which is about a half hour's drive away, they defeated Isanti by a score of 3-1. Bemidji's path to the Elite Eight had a first-round bye, so they have played one fewer game over the past couple of weeks. Their first game was a 6-3 win over Maple Lake last Saturday. Yesterday, they defeated Prior Lake by a score of 8-1. They, again, are the home team, with the winner of this game moving on to play Fairmont. It is a beautiful day for baseball, perhaps the last day like this that we'll have in Minnesota for a while. Right now, it is 85 degrees with a breeze blowing out to right field. Turner Storm taking his warm-up tosses. Not overpowering, but he hits his spots. That'll be important for both of these clubs. Throwing strikes as we get deeper into the tournament. You no longer have the aces of the staff going, so you need someone who's going to give you strikes and get you through the innings quickly. For the Cold Spring Rockies, it'll be Geislinger, New, and Jonas due up. Bemidji, the home team, wearing white pants and their royal blue tops. For the Rockies, the visiting team, gray pants and black tops. We are just a bit ahead of scheduled to have a first pitch thrown at 3 o'clock. Right now it's 2:54 as Turner Storm takes his sign and delivers to the plate. A swinging strike one. Geislinger, as you can see, bats left-handed. And he takes off the outside edge, framed well by Manicky behind home plate. But the umpire doesn't give him the call. Cold Spring plays small ball. That's how they defeated Isanti by a score of 3-1 on Friday night. Tie ball game going to the bottom of the 8th inning. They scratched across a couple of runs, and that proved to be the difference. Chopped foul, and the count is 2-2. Geislinger in that game went 2 for 4. He doubled and also delivered an RBI single, swinging away in the 8th inning in what had been, to that point in the ballgame, a bunting situation for the Rockies. 2-2 skips to the backstop. The count runs full. Jordan New on deck. That is to say, if the Rockies get Geislinger aboard here, they very well may bunt him to second. That's the type of baseball they typically play. Fouled straight back. Storm winds and deals. Hit hard, but foul down the right field line. This is your first time watching a game at Riverside Park in Springfield. Very pitcher friendly, especially out to center. Multi-purpose facility. They play football here, and it's 452 to straightaway center. Off the end of the bat, tap left side, past the pitcher, picked up by the third baseman. Rutledge throws on to first, and they just get Geislinger. Nice play by the third baseman, Brady Rutledge, to record the first out of the ball game.
Batting second, number 2, the shortstop, Jordan New.
Jordan New, the shortstop, bats next. Another lefty. New drove in a run without the benefit of a base hit in Friday night's game. First pitch is a strike. It was a safety squeeze that brought home their first run in the 4th inning over Isanti. Up and away. They also tried and failed to execute a suicide squeeze later on in the 7th inning. Infield and outfield playing straight up. Storms 1-1. Hacked foul down the left field line. Defense for the Blue Ox has Grimm, Cody Rutledge, and Colin Rutledge left to right across the outfield. Zulke at first, McNallen at second, Hendricks at short, Brady Rutledge at third, and Manicky catching behind home plate. 1-2 pitch coming to Jordan New. Chop towards second. Charging is McNallen. Waits back, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down. A pair of infield groundouts. That'll leave it to David Jonas, player manager for the Rockies.
Third, number 1, the third baseman, David Jonas.
Inside, started way in, but with the break, he had avoided hitting Jonas. Ball 1. Check swing, low and away. Good take, 2-0. High and tight, 3-0. Austin Duffner on deck. Inside, a 4-pitch walk for the third place hitter. Jonas is aboard as the first base runner of the ball game, and that'll bring in Austin Duffner.
Batting fourth, first baseman, number 21, Austin Duffner.
Duffner, the third in the top 4 in the order, batting from the left-hand side against the righty Storm. We'll see if they send Jonas in motion with 2 down. Very modest lead for now. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. Duffner batted in the 2-hole on Friday night. 0 for 3 with a run scored. Lifted in the air down the left field line, foul. Drifting towards the bullpen and out of play. 0-2 coming from Storm to Duffner. Missing outside. Looks like there's some cut on Storm's pitches, even the fastballs. That started wide and was framed well by the catcher Manicky, just missing the plate. 1-2. Outside again, 2-2. Storm's offering outside. 3-2. He walked Jonas on 4 pitches, in danger of issuing a free pass to Duffner. Alex Geislinger bats next. Runner goes, and it's fouled off behind home plate. Jonas no longer held on at first. He can get a walking lead with a full count and 2 outs. Jonas in motion, another 3-2, and it's inside. Back-to-back 2-out walks have the Rockies threatening. Alex Geislinger will have a chance.
Batting fourth, second baseman, number 19, Alex Geislinger.
Geislinger went 2 for 4 with a double on Friday night. Lefty after lefty in this Rockies order. First pitch swinging, high fly to center. Back now in, Rutledge makes the catch, fighting the sun. The crowd held their breath, but Rutledge was able to make the catch for out number 3. A pair of walks are left aboard. The Rockies do not score in their half of the first inning, and the Blue Ox are coming to bat. You're watching Prep Spotlight on TV.
Errors and 2. Leading off for Bemidji, the shortstop, number 5, Mitch Hendricks.
Bemidji broke a 1-1 tie in their game yesterday against Prior Lake with a 4-run 5th inning and a 7-run 3rd. That made it an 8-1 final. Really took the suspense out of things. First pitch is a strike to the right-handed hitting shortstop Hendricks. Hendricks had 3 hits, including a double, and scored a pair of runs. And he lines the 0-1 pitch into center field, a leadoff single for the Blue Ox shortstop. Up next is Connor McNallen. McNallen went 2 for 5 with a run yesterday.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 4, Connor McNallen.
Lefty on the mound should discourage anyone from running for the Blue Ox, but Hendricks has speed, and he dances off first. He stays put as a breaking ball misses up and in. Inside again, 2-0. Chop to second. Might be a pair. Geislinger to New. On to first. Not in time, and the throw goes off the top rail. Going to second is McNallen. And he is in. They might have had a throw, but Duffner, a bit out of sorts, was not able to get a grip on the baseball. So Hendricks forced out at second.
Batting third, number 13,
McNallen reaches on the fielder's
Cody
choice
Rutledge.
and takes second on the shortstop throwing error. Momentarily, it appeared that Cold Spring caught a break because that errant throw banged off the top rail in front of the dugout, remained in play. As it is, a man at second, one down for Cody Rutledge. First pitch swinging, fly ball into right towards the line, and a fair ball catch made by Lynn. He gets the throw back in, but advancing from second to third is McNallen. Rutledge attacking the first pitch, flies out. McNallen now 90 feet away from the game's first run. The cleanup hitter, Otto Grimm, will bat next.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 3, Otto Grimm.
Grimm went 0 for 4 yesterday. First pitch swinging, hard one, hopper. Nice pickup by Geislinger. The hop went to his left shoulder. He throws to first. And despite the error, the Blue Ox cannot score in the first inning. They leave a man at third base, on to the second. No score between Cold Spring and Bemidji. You're watching Prep Spotlight.tv.
No runs on. Sunflower seeds. That's part
Welcome
of the
back to
COVID
Riverside
stuff as well.
Park in Springfield.
No smoking here at
Scoreless as we go to the
Riverside
second
Park.
between
Thank
the
you.
Cold Spring Rockies and the
thank you
Bemidji
for
Blue
supporting the
Ox
concession
in this
stand
Class
and
C
also the
state
merchandise
quarterfinal
down
matchup.
front. They're getting down. There's not a lot
Rockies
left
had a
down
pair
there.
of two-out
So if
walks
there's
that they
something
could
you
not
had your
convert
eye
into
on,
a
better
run.
boogie down there
Bemidji
and
Blue Ox
snap it up
had a
before
leadoff
it's
single,
gone.
then an error
Also,
on a
check
fielder's
out Jay
choice,
Rickard bats.
but they left a
He's
man
got
at third
some,
base.
Cool bats,
So both teams come up
customized
empty.
stuff,
In the
and,
second for Cold Spring, it'll be 6, 7, and 8.
mugs with the state
Skluzacic,
tournament logo
Keltoff,
on them
and
that are
Distel.
pretty sweet. While you're down there, I know they've got plenty of these program books. Get your programs. All kinds of great stuff in there. Just $1 for your program.
Game
Don't
one
miss out on that. Makes a great
here in
memento
Springfield
of the state tournament.
was a 5-1 victory for Fairmont over Buffalo. And a half hour down the road in Milroy, St. Patrick eked out a nail-biter 2-1 over Bluffton. So Fairmont and St. Patrick are two of the four
Leading off the
teams
top of the second
moving
for
on to the
Rockies,
semifinals.
Left fielder, number 29.
We've got this
Nick
game, of course, with the winner
Skluzacic.
playing Fairmont. And then right now in Milroy, it's Bird Island against Young America, with the winner playing St. Patrick. Championship game scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. Nick Skluzacic takes a strike on the outside corner. Turner Storm hasn't allowed a hit. Got the first two outs quite easily in the first inning, but then a pair of two-out walks. Lifted foul out of play, the count 0-2. Storm winds and deals. Rolling away. 1-2. Good take on the breaking ball. Off the very end of the bat, protective two-strike swing from Skluzacic, and he just got enough to keep the at-bat alive. Skluzacic was a pinch hitter earlier this weekend, drew a walk in his only plate appearance. He takes outside, and the count is 2-2. Wind appears to be shifting directions as the 2-2 is fouled off. Wind might be swirling a bit in the grandstand, but it is breezy. Chop to the left side, deep in the hole. Shortstop Hendricks throws on the run, on target. Nice play by Hendricks, moving to his right for the first out of the second inning. Making a tough
14,
play look easy there.
The catcher, Calvin Kaltoff.
Here's Calvin Kaltoff. Kaltoff, the catcher. Storms first. Low and away, ball one. After that strange gust, the wind does still seem to be blowing left to right across the outfield, out to right. Chopper into the Cold Spring dugout. Nice barehand pickup made by someone there. But the throw back on the field wasn't corralled by Storm. Bemidji has a much smaller roster. As that one goes behind Kaltoff and clips him in the back for a hit by pitch. As you might imagine, it's a long drive from Bemidji down here to Springfield.
Sam Distel.
Springfield about 2 hours from the Twin Cities, and Bemidji, let's call it 4 hours from Minneapolis, St. Paul. So it makes sense that you'd be able to scrounge up fewer players even for a state tournament game like this. First pitch is a strike. Distel the DH. Chopper up the middle, knocked down by Storm. Has trouble with it, but is able to flip onto first to retire Distel for out number 2. If he catches it cleanly, he might have a play at second on a potential double play ball, but Kaltoff does take second base. He's in scoring position
number 15
for Brady Lynn. Storm from the stretch. First pitch, swing and a miss. Rockies don't yet have a hit. Pair of walks in the first and the hit batsman in the second. Line drive on a hop to the second baseman, McNallen. Well placed, well fielded, and that's out number 3. Rockies leave another man in scoring position in a scoreless second inning. Onto the home half. No score between the Rockies and the Blue Ox on PrepSpotlight.tv.
And one left on base.
The DH for himself will lead things off.
For the Blue Ox, the pitcher, number 2, Turner Storm.
By putting him in both at DH and pitcher, that enables him to stay in the lineup even if he eventually leaves the ballgame on the mound. First pitch, hot ground ball just fouled down the third base line. Storm, Rutledge, and Manicky for the Blue Ox against Jake Brinker. One and one now the count. Breaking ball up and away. 2-1. Brinker's pitch, chopped to third, and it gets through the wickets of Jonas. Into foul territory down the left field line. Big turnaround first for Storm, but he'll hold up there with either a base hit or an error, likely an error for the third baseman. And it does go up on the board as an E5. You could tell that it was going to be a tough hop for Jonas. In between, just on the border of the grass and the dirt. But Jonas didn't stay down on it, and it hopped up on him. If that makes any sense. Fastball up and in, ball 1 to Colin Rutledge. Left-handed hitting right field. Lefty-lefty matchup. Low and away, 2-0. That's the second error for the Cold Spring infield after the throwing error on the shortstop New in the first. Fastball down the middle. Good pitch on 2-0. It's now 2-1. Pickoff throw back to first. Not the A move for Brinker. Storm in without a dive. 3-1 now the count to Colin Rutledge with Caleb Manicky on deck. Chopper up the middle. Can they twist it to second? And that's all they'll get. But it was a nice play by Geislinger with a shovel pass on to New. Storm retired at second. Score at 4-6. Rutledge reaches on the fielder's choice. One down for Caleb Manicky.
Catcher, number 8, Caleb Manicky.
First pitch misses, low and away, ball 1. Low and away, 2-0. Deflected off the pitcher, Brinker. Onto the left side of the infield, Brinker down, and he will receive some medical attention. He's back up, but he's in pain. That was a line drive that caught him. It appeared in the upper leg area. Likely destined for center field anyway. It'll be a base hit for Caleb Manicky with Rutledge taking second base. And right on cue, a pair of Cold Spring players trot down to the bullpen in the event that Brinker can't stay in this game. If at all costs, you know that he wants to. Walking around, trying to loosen up the muscle. Yeah, it looks like it's his left thigh area. Pain will linger for a while, but as long as there's nothing structurally wrong, you can bet the Brinker will try and stay in this ball game. And he's going to take a toss or two just to make sure that everything's okay mechanically. That looks all right, at least from up here. If it is his left leg, that's the leg that he drives off of, not the plant leg. Not that either one is preferable over the other, but he's not torquing it so much as he's pushing off.
Brings up the first baseman, number 26, Basil Zulke.
Brinker stays in the game. Blue Ox have another rally. First and second, one down for Basil Zulke, the first baseman. First pitch, high and deep down the right field line towards the corner. Lynn, he won't catch it. It falls, two hopping off the wall. Rutledge had to hold up. He'll get waved in. Here's the throw. There is no throw. Rutledge scores on a Basil Zulke RBI double, and the Blue Ox take a 1-0 lead.
RBI double brings up the third baseman, number 11, Brady Rutledge.
Manicky now at third. Another big hit for Zulke, who hit a solo homer that started a 4-run rally in the 5th inning on Saturday. Push bunt up the first base line, rolling foul, 0-1. That would be a safety squeeze. Manicky waited until the bunt was dropped down to depart from third. Brady Rutledge batting at the bottom of the Blue Ox order. 1 run already in. It's unearned to Brinker because of the opening error. There's a strike. Snuck by Rutledge, who thought it was low and away, and now the count is 0-2, and the bunt is probably off the table. Oh-2. Pounded off the dirt, landing foul, third base side. Fresh baseball for Brinker. The 0-2 to Brady Rutledge. Low and in. No strikeouts for Brinker. In fact, no strikeouts for his counterpart Storm either. Both teams have been putting the ball in play. Breaking ball misses wide, 2-2. Breaking ball, started high and stayed high. The way it was caught, looked like it was a strike. But a little bit too much arc to it, the count runs full. First base is open, but the leadoff man, Mitch Hendricks, waits on deck. Payoff pitch, fouled straight back. I mean literally straight back. Grandstand is divided with some support beams that hold up the backstop netting, and that clanged off the beam right behind home plate. Another 3-2, and this one's taken low. Bases are loaded now for the Blue Ox. Still just one out in the inning, and the lineup turns over for Mitch Hendricks.
Top of the order, shortstop, number 5, Mitch Hendricks.
Hendricks wasted no time lining a clean single up the middle to begin the home half of the first. Manicky at third, Zulke at second, and Rutledge at first. 1 run already in for the Blue Ox. Infield double play depth with the corners even. First pitch is a strike. Low and in, a ball and a strike. Blue Ox got a man to third, but didn't bring him home in the first. Hoping to convert here with an even greater opportunity. 2-1. Just off the outside corner. And if Brinker's hitting his spots, he might get that call. Instead, it's 3-1 with no place to put Hendricks and Connor McNallen on deck. Brinker's pitch, hot ground ball to second. Can they turn it? Geislinger to New to Duffner. Double play, 4-6-3. The Blue Ox load the bases, but they get just one. Brinker works his way out of the jam as we go to the third. It's 1-0 Bemidji on PrepSpotlight.tv.
For the Blue Ox.
On to the third inning. The Bemidji Blue Ox have a 1-0 lead over the Cold Spring Rockies. The Blue Ox scored one but missed out on an opportunity for a huge inning. Bases loaded, one out, and a hard-hit ground ball to second turned into an inning-ending double play. Top of the order due up for Cold Spring in the third, Geislinger, New, and Jonas. They've had 3 base runners, but they're still looking for their first hit against Turner Storm. 2 walks in the first and a hit batsman in the second.
Leading off the third for the Rockies, center fielder, number 5, Tyler Geislinger.
Tyler Geislinger grounded to third to begin the ball game. First pitch inside corner for a strike. Off the end of the bat with some side spin. Fielded by the pitcher, Storm. Springing off the mound, he fires onto first for out number 1. Nice play by Storm.
Brings up the shortstop, number 2, Jordan New.
Jordan New grounded to second his first time up. Missing outside, badly, ball 1. Swing and a miss, high and tight fastball, and the count is even, a ball and a strike. Just off the outside corner, 2-1. Lifted foul, third base side and out of play, headed for the skate park. Really impressive facility here in Springfield. And a moment in the sun for them to show off this wonderful ballpark. Popped up, third base. Rutledge into foul territory, just beside the coach's box. Has some trouble last moment, but he makes the catch nonetheless. That is out number 2.
Third baseman, number 1, David Jonas.
Up next, David Jonas, who walked in the first. Did so on 4 pitches and got as far as second before he was stranded. Breaking ball sweeps over the outer half for a called strike. You can hear the wind. There's a hard one-hopper snared by the shortstop Hendricks. Throws on to first to retire Jonas and the Rockies in the third inning. 1-2-3 they go. That's the first 1-2-3 inning for Storm. He's pitched 3 hitless frames. Blue Ox lead at 1-0. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv.
Bemidji leads 1-0. Overall, the Minnesota Baseball Association
Fans are once again being reminded of the COVID-19 restrictions and guidelines that have to be followed to put this event on. We are at the new capacity of this facility. I believe each team was able to sell 250 tickets, putting us at roughly 500 people max inside the ballpark. In addition to the home plate grandstand area, there's a drink rail above the first base dugout, some patio tables behind the third base dugout, and they've also set up a tent down the right field line. Not a great view of the game, but field level, and who knows, maybe there's a home run hit out there before the day is over.
Connor McNallen.
Connor McNallen will lead things off for the Blue Ox, 2, 3, and 4 for Bemidji against Jake Brinker. Brinker got himself into trouble in the second, but ultimately allowed only one unearned run. Swinging strike to McNallen, who reached on a fielder's choice. Could have been a double play, but an errant throw from the shortstop New allowed him to reach and eventually get as far as third base. Inside, and it hits him on the right elbow, where he has a guard. Makes it a lot easier to stick that elbow out when you've got that guard and you know it won't hurt as much. So, McNallen uses that to his advantage. Leadoff hit batsman and a base runner for the Blue Ox.
Cody Rutledge.
They've had the leadoff man on now all 3 innings. Here's Cody Rutledge, who flied to right his first time up. Hot ground ball to short, and it skips underneath the glove of New. Could have been a double play. Instead of 2 outs, they get none. Likely be ruled the third infield error of the ball game for the left side of the Rockies defense.
Left fielder, number 3, Otto Grimm.
Can't assume a double play, but you know as well as I that that could have been turned the way it was hit. First pitch had the plate but missed low to Otto Grimm. Grimm grounded to second his first time out. Lifted in the air, left field line shallow. Long run in for Skluzacic, and it's the shortstop coming out. New almost made the play. Came up just a bit short, and you wonder if the swirling breeze might have had something to do with that. That's the second train we've heard today. The first one came by around this time in the 12 o'clock game, except through the trees we could see it was going in the other direction. A nice reminder that life goes on, even in these strange times. The trains are still running on time. McNallen at second, Rutledge at first. Into left center field, over is Geislinger, and he glides over to make the catch. That had some backspin on it, and also got caught up in the wind a bit. Out number 1. Turner Storm will bat next.
Number 2, the pitcher, Turner Storm.
Not sure if anyone at home is keeping score, but what I've got for that Rutledge at bat, I'm putting that down as a fielder's choice because I believe that New would have gone to second for the force. Here's another chance to turn it. New goes to third. They get the lead runner. And that might have been a smart play. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he sensed Storm running down the line would have been able to beat out the double play grounder. Instead, they opt to get the lead runner on a fielder's choice, score at 6-5.
Right fielder, number 18, Colin Rutledge.
With 2 down, Colin Rutledge. Rutledge reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score the game's only run. First pitch, driven into center, but it hangs up for Geislinger. Well, some loud contact, but the Blue Ox do not score in the third. They strand 2 more. 3 innings complete in Springfield, a 1-0 Blue Ox lead. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. the memories.
Down on three at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Moving along quickly to the top of the fourth inning, it's a 1-0 lead for the Bemidji Blue Ox over the Cold Spring Rockies in the MBA Class C state tournament. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Cold Spring against Turner Storm, a bit late getting back out to the mound after batting in the bottom of the third.
Leading off the fourth for the Rockies, first baseman, number 21, Austin Duffner.
It hasn't been smooth sailing exactly for Storm, but he has yet to allow a base hit. A pair of walks and a hit by pitch. He's retired 5 straight as he delivers outside ball 1 to Austin Duffner, who drew one of those walks with 2 down in the first inning. High drive deep down the right field line. It is gone! A home run for Austin Duffner. A solo shot ties it at 1 to lead off the fourth inning. He got all of that one, cutting through the wind. Just fair down the right field line. We've got a brand new ball game.
Brings up the second baseman.
Didn't even have a chance to get you the scoreboard back up. High and tight to Geislinger, who will fly to center his first time. Just off the inside edge, held by Manicky to no avail, 2-0. There's a line drive into right field. That's down for a base hit. Over to cut it off, Rutledge, who gets it back in. Loud contact from the 4 and 5 hitters of the Rockies to start the fourth inning.
Number 29, the left fielder, Nick Skluzacek.
Here's Nick Skluzacek. Grounded it short his first time up. Bunt attempt, fouled off the catcher. 0-1 the count. Manicky trots out in front of the plate, trying to shake off wherever that got him. Storm sets. And a pickup throw to first. Geislinger back in. The 0-1 pitch. A bunt, first base side, starting fair but rolling foul. 0-2. Rockies have tied this game with a Duffner leadoff home run. First hit for the Rockies of the afternoon. Big swing and a miss. And Skluzacek is down on strikes. First strikeout for Storm. It comes at a good time. That'll bring in Kelvin Kaltoff.
Catcher, number 14, Kelvin Kaltoff.
Altoff was hit by a pitch his first time up, got to second base before he was stranded. First pitch hit high up into the breeze. Rutledge fighting the sun, tracking it, and making the catch. I've been here all day, so I've got a little bit more experience in judging fly balls than these outfielders do.
Number 3,
it just seems like you're holding your breath every time it gets up that high with the strong wind swirling around. Rutledge does squeeze it for the second out. Here's Sam Distel. Distel hit a comebacker, fielded by Storm. His first time up. There's a strike. Missing outside, 1-1. Missing outside, 2-1. Distel, the DH, would be followed by Brady Lynn if he can extend the inning. Inside out swing, cracked foul, and out of play down the left field line. 2-2. Pounded foul off the plate. Good two-strike approach from Distel. Getting a piece of that pitcher's pitch to keep the at-bat alive. Again, I think you can hear the breeze picked up by our crowd mic. Increasingly windy as the afternoon goes on. 2-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning. But the Rockies tie it up. Austin Duffner with a solo home run to right field. It's a 1-1 ball game going to the bottom of the 4th on PrepSpotlight.tv.
2 hits. Without a program, they're only $1, and also
it's a 1-1 tie ball game between the Rockies and the Blue Ox as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning
thank you all
at Riverside Park in Springfield, Minnesota.
So many people are helping to make this happen here, and
we are in the quarterfinal round
thank you
of the Class C state tournament. Fairmont won their game. That was a 5-1 victory over Buffalo at noon. So the winner of this game will play Fairmont tonight at approximately 6 p.m. In the other half of the bracket, being played a half hour away in Milroy, St. Patrick squeaked out a 2-1 win over Bluffton in the noon game. Right now, Bird Island and Young America are facing off.
8, Caleb Manicky.
So some good games in the tournament thus far. You've probably watched a couple of them. Caleb Manicky leads things off for the Blue Ox. First pitch, ball 1. Manicky chops it to third. Waiting back is Jonas. Bobbles, recovers, throws, and it's not in time. If that's an error, it's the 4th of the ball game. All of them on the Rockies' left side of the infield. 2 for New, the shortstop.
First baseman,
And 2
number 26,
for Jonas,
Basil
the third baseman.
Zalke.
And now all 4 innings, the Blue Ox have had the man aboard to start the inning. Runner goes first pitch, and not even a throw. Timed up perfectly by Manneke. He's immediately in scoring position on a stolen base. Basil Zalke hit an RBI double his first time up. Well struck to right field. Time called to allow Manneke to adjust his belt buckle. Head first dive into second. Jarred something loose. Zalke pops it up, third base side. Over for a look is Jonas, and he has room to make the catch. Nice job by Jonas, fighting the wind. The wind might have helped him keep that ball back in play. And for Zalke, unable to advance the runner at the very least to third base.
Brady Rutledge.
Especially with a left-handed batter at the plate, you'd like to see him pull the ball. Hit it hard, of course, but pull the ball and get Manneke over to third. Here's Brady Rutledge with 1 down. First pitch is a strike. Rutledge drew a walk his first time up. Swings and misses over the top of a breaking ball down. And the count is 0-2. Ground ball towards short. New looks the runner back, throws on to first. That was played well. Throw back to second. Manneke back. Manneke had a big secondary lead. Enough for the Cold Spring defense was calling for the catcher Kaltoff to pay attention when he received the ball. But Manneke, the base runner, had to freeze on the ground ball to short. And quickly there are 2 down with Manneke still at second base. Lineup turns over for Mitch Hendricks. 1 for 2 with a single and a ground ball double play. The double play ended a rally in the second. Blue Ox had a man already scored and bases loaded with 1 down before a 4-6-3 twin killing to end the threat. 0-1 off the end of the bat foul, and it's 0-2. Jake Brinker trying to work out of another jam caused by the defense behind him. The 0-2 pitch bounced, and a nice stop by Kaltoff to keep that ball in front of him. Inside corner, called strike 3. The Blue Ox strand Manneke at second. And 4 innings complete in Springfield, we are tied 1-1
For the Blue Ox,
between
in
Cold
the
Spring
fourth,
and
no
Bemidji.
runs
You're
on
watching
no
Prep
hits,
Spotlight.tv.
1 error and 1 left on base.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Top of the 5th inning coming up from Riverside Park in Springfield, Minnesota. Tied 1-1 between the Rockies and the Blue Ox. Bemidji scored a run in the 2nd. Cold Spring answered back with 1 in the 4th.
Now playing third base for Bemidji, number 16, Hunter Olson.
Hunter Olson
Leading off the top of the
is
5th.
the new
for
third
Rockies,
baseman
number 15,
for
the right
Bemidji.
fielder, Brady Lynn.
He's the only true bench player. There are a couple draftees for the Blue Ox who are able to enter in relief. First pitch, grounded to short. Hendricks to his right, fields, throws long across the diamond, and the stretch at first by Zolke completes out number 1. Nice play by the first baseman Zolke to complete the throw.
Brings up the center fielder, number 5, Tyler Geislinger.
So we don't know what happened to Brady Rutledge, but Olson, the new third baseman. That turns the lineup over for the Rockies. Tyler Geislinger is 0 for 2 with a grounder to third and a comebacker to the mound. And missing badly to the backstop. Ball 1. Rutledge grounded to shortstop his last time up. That was the 2nd out of the 4th inning. So not sure what to make of his departure from the game. Ooh, good from up here. Up and away perhaps, 2-0. Comebacker off the side slipe of the mound. Hendricks fields on the run, throws, and that's another nice play by Hendricks, this time moving in. Skipped off the mound, probably had some funny spin on it, but Hendricks was able to make the play.
Brings
2 up,
up
2 down. And 5 straight retired by Storm. 2 hits allowed by Storm. They came in sequence, the first 2 batters of the 4th, the Duffner solo homer and the Geislinger line drive single to right. Besides that, the Rockies have been held without a hit. Here's Jordan New 0 for 2 with a grounder to 2nd and a foul pop to 3rd. Jabs at a bunt, fouls it straight back. Just wide, 1-1. Storm's been hitting his spots pretty well today. Those pitches have been close. 1-1, inside corner for a strike. And it's 1-2. Storm pitch, popped up shallow center. Rutledge coming in, and it's the second baseman, McNallen, taking charge. He was the one who saw the ball best. And pop out to second ends a 1-2-3 top of the 5th. We're already halfway home in this 9-inning ball game. Tied at 1 between the Rockies and the Blue Ox. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv.
Tied up at 1.
The bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 1 between the Rockies and the Blue Sox. Bemidji struck first, Cold Spring answered. Despite 4 errors on the board, all for the Rockies infield, the Blue Ox have not been able to get back on top.
The second baseman, number
Jake
4,
Brinker working out of trouble in every inning thus far.
Score update from
It's
Milroy.
2, 3, and 4 due up for the Blue Ox in the 5th.
Leads 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
As you might have heard over public address, Young America leading 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th in the game that's going on at Milroy right now. First pitch, comebacker to the mound. Fielded on a hop by Brinker, takes it to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Young America and Bird Island facing off in that game, with Young America leading by a pair.
Center fielder, number 13, Cody Rutledge.
Here's Cody Rutledge, 0 for 2 with a fly to right. Hit a ground ball to the shortstop, New. That could have been a double play, but New had it go through his legs. First pitch is a strike. Fouled back. Off the brick backstop on the side wall. Hard ricochet back into fair territory. 0-2 quickly to Rutledge. Brinker got Mitch Hendricks looking to end the fourth. That is so far his only strikeout of the afternoon. Ahead 0-2 here. Popped up. Right field, shallow. Lynn towards the line. Makes the catch. And all outfielders are well advised to use two hands with their catches today. Don't want to belabor the point, but the wind is really playing tricks on the high fly balls and pop-ups.
Otto Grimm.
Otto Grimm, 0 for 2. We'll try and prevent this from being Jake Brinker's first 1-2-3 inning of the day. First pitch down the middle for a strike. Grimm a grounder to second and a fly to center. Low and away, 1-1. Swing and miss. That fastball tied him up. 1-2. Low and away, picking up some chalk from the right-handed batter's box. Two-two. Pounded off the plate, foul. You would think that the first team to play, which was Fairmont, has an advantage today. They've got a little time to recoup, regather. Chopped foul. Consider as well that Bemidji just played yesterday. So if they are to run the table, they'll have to play one game on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and the championship on Monday. There's a called strike 3 with a breaking ball on the inside edge. A 1-2-3 fifth inning, capped off with a strikeout. This game's official, 5 complete. 1 apiece between the Rockies and the Blue Ox.
In the bottom of the
On
fifth.
PrepSpotlight.tv.
Across. 5.
On to the top of the 6th inning, tied 1 apiece between the Bemidji Blue Ox and the Cold Spring Rockies here in the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Bemidji's had their chances. They've left 6 men on through the first 5 innings. Cold Spring really hasn't done much against Turner Storm, but they've made their 2 hits count, one of which was a solo home run from Austin Duffner to lead off the 4th inning and tie the game back up. Duffner due up second here in the 6th inning. It'll be Jonas, Duffner, and Geislinger, the heart of the Cold Spring order against Turner Storm.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Rockies, number 1, the third baseman, David Jonas.
David Jonas is 1 for 2. Walked in the first, grounded to short to end the 3rd. Storm stares down, but delivers inside ball 1. 1 run on 2 hits for the Rockies, 1 run on 3 hits for the Blue Ox. Rockies have committed 4 infield errors, one of which led to the unearned Blue Ox run. 2-0 now. Jonas has committed 2 of those errors at third base. Player-manager takes a pitch that was called a strike, despite the opinion of some in the stands. 2-1. Low and away, 3-1. Austin Duffner and his big bat on deck. Inside edge for a strike. 3-2. Storm's pitch, chopped up the third base line, staying fair. New third baseman Olsen throws onto first, and that's an out. Jonas maintains that hit his front foot. And now the umpires will discuss. Jonas, again, is the player manager, so he argues for himself. I thought it was peculiar the way that ball stayed fair. Looked to have an odd trajectory out to third, so I'm not surprised that Jonas says that clipped him, and they're going to just stand with the call. The 2-man umpiring crew, really no way to overturn it. The call will stand. Jonas retired for out number 1. And now Jonas has to be careful to stay in this ballgame. Here's Austin
Brings
Duffner.
up the first baseman, number 21, Austin Duffner.
A walk in the first and a long solo homer to lead off the 4th that tied the game where we currently stand, 1 apiece. That was a hot ground ball, knocked down by the second baseman McNallen, up with the throw, but it's not in time. Duffner should get credit for a base hit there. That ball was smoked. And it is indeed a hit on the scoreboard.
Base hit by Duffner brings up the second baseman, number 19, Alex Geislinger.
Alex Geislinger is 1 for 2 with a fly to center and a single. The single was lined to right. Missing low, 1-0. Storm's offering, outside corner, called strike. Cold Spring fans don't like that. Just above the letters, held for a split second by Manicky, trying to get the call to no avail. 2-1 the count. Geislinger takes up and away. 3-1. Nick Skluzacic waiting on deck. Trying to take advantage of the Duffner infield single. He takes off early, high and deep right center field. Going back to the gap is Rutledge. It will not be caught. Splitting the gap up against the wall. Rounding third on his way home is Duffner. Throw goes into third, and Geislinger is in with an RBI triple. Duffner broke early, he scored easily, and Geislinger with an RBI triple gives the Rockies their first lead of the ball game.
triple by Geislinger brings up the left fielder, number 29, Nick Skluzacek.
Just like that, the Rockies have now out-hit the Blue Ox 4-3. Here's Nick Skluzacek with the infield playing halfway in. Geislinger at third. Swinging away, high drive into right field. Rutledge going back, turning around. He makes the catch on the warning track. With one down, Geislinger tags and scores. It's another run for the Rockies, who now lead it 3-1. Great job by Skluzacek. In another ballpark, that might be a home run. Here, it's well deep enough for a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
Catcher, number 14, Calvin Kaltoff.
Bases empty, 2 down for Calvin Kaltoff. The catcher who's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a fly to center. First pitch a strike. One and one the count. Missing inside. 2-1. Foul tip at the plate. 2-2. In the inning, controversial ground out off the bat of Jonas, who maintained it hit his front foot on its way out of the box. Duffner with a line drive infield single knocked down by the second baseman McNallen. Geislinger with an RBI triple to right field. And Skluzacek with a sacrifice fly to deep right that brought home Geislinger. 3-2 now the count to Kaltoff with Sam Distel on deck. Swing and miss. Breaking ball gets Kaltoff. That's the third strikeout for Storm. But in the inning, a big RBI triple and a pair of runs for the Cold Spring Rockies. They take their first lead 3-1 on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Rockies in the update from Milroy. Young America extends their lead to 4-0 over Bird Island. That's in the fifth.
As you just heard, a 4-0 lead now for Young America over Bird Island in the fifth inning over in Milroy. Here, going to the bottom of the sixth inning, the Cold Spring Rockies now lead the Bemidji Blue Ox by a score of 3-1. Handed his first lead, we'll see how Jake Brinker reacts. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 in the Blue Ox order, beginning with Turner Storm, his pitching counterpart. Through 5 innings,
for the Blue Ox,
Brinker has allowed only an unearned run on 3 hits.
Storm.
4 errors by the defense behind him, but he's managed to avoid a crooked number. Storm 0 for 2, reached on an error by the third baseman in the second, and reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Ball 1. Chopper to third. High hop for Jonas, who goes just as high to field it. Throw across the diamond, out number 1. Up next is Colin Rutledge.
Right fielder, number 18, Colin Rutledge.
Rutledge is 0 for 2, though he did score his team's only run. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second and came in on Basil Zilke's RBI double. In the third, he ended the inning with a fly to center. First pitch swinging, a chopper to second. High second hop for Geislinger, throws on to first. This beats Rutledge, who was hustling down the line. 2 up, 2 down quickly in the sixth inning. Up next is Caleb Manicky, who has one of his team's 3 hits, a single back in the second. He also led off the fourth with a ground ball to third that got through the legs of Jonas. He reached on an error and stole second before being stranded. Haneke, the last man to reach base against Brinker. Again, that was on an error. The last hit against him was the Zilke RBI double in the second. Hot ground ball foul down the third base line. The count is 1-1. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Jake Brinker working with a 2-run lead. The 1-2 pitch just misses low. Brinker has struck out 2 batters. Both of them ended the innings, the 4th and 5th respectively, and both have been looking. So not too many swings and misses, but he hasn't needed them. Here's a swing and a chopper towards third. Fair ball pickup and drop by Jonas. That might be his 3rd error of the ball game. Tried to round it to keep it fair and have some momentum going towards a potential throw to first. But he dropped it. And I believe that should be an error. We'll see what comes up on the scoreboard.
First baseman, number 26, Basil Zalke.
And they're going to give him a hit. So that's what we'll put down, even though Jonas himself will tell you that's a play he should have made. First pitch misses wide, ball 1 to Basil Zilke. The only run-scoring hit for the Blue Ox. A double rip to right field back in the second. Lefty-lefty matchup. Fouled straight back, 1-1. Zilke represents the potential tying run. Kick-started the big Bemidji rally the round before this. Inside-out swing, grounder to third. Another chance for Jonas. Gathers himself, throws on target, and that is out, number 3. 2-out stretch single does no damage. 6 innings complete here in Springfield. The Rockies on top, 3-1. You're watching Prep Spotlight.tv.
We've got 6 complete.
Hey fans, last summer's Emmy-nominated documentary Town Ball Uniquely Minnesota is now available on Amazon Prime. Watch all 8 episodes and learn about the more than 100-year history of amateur town ball in Minnesota. Again, that is Town Ball Uniquely Minnesota, available on Amazon Prime. On to the 7th we go. Cold Spring Rockies on top 3-1 over the Bemidji Blue Ox. For the Rockies, it'll be 8-9-1 due up against Turner Storm. Storm has allowed 4 hits. They've all come to the 4 and 5 place hitters for the Rockies. But that has been enough to account for the 3 runs and the 2-run deficit the Blue Ox now face. In the 4th, a Duffner homer and a Geislinger single. The single didn't amount to anything, but the homer tied up the game at 1. And then in the 6th, a Duffner single, a Geislinger RBI triple, and a Skulzacek sacrifice fly to bring home Geislinger from third. Sam Distel will lead things off. He is 0 for 2.
For Cold Spring, the designated hitter, number 3, Sam Distel.
Distel, come back to the mound on a strikeout. First pitch, line fair over third into left field. Big turnaround first for Distel. He'll hold up with a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. Brady Lynn set to bat next.
Now batting for the Rockies,
There's going to
number
be a
8,
pinch hitter.
Colin Eskew.
And it's Colin Eskew. Lynn had gone 0 for 2. Re-entry rule may come into play here. Lynn had been the right fielder, and he may still be the right fielder when this is all said and done, but Eskew takes his turn at bat. With the top of the order coming up next, this may be a pinch hit to bunt situation. Sure enough, he squares but misses. Back pick to first, and a better throw might have gotten him. Head first dive for Distel, he's in safely. Oh and 1. Will Eskew get the bunt sign again? He's squaring, and he gets it down. First base side, great bunt. Fielded by Zulke, flips to first, and they just barely get Eskew. A successful sacrifice. And Distel now at second base.
Nice sacrifice bunt. Brings up the top of the order, the center fielder, number 5, Tyler Geislinger.
Tyler Geislinger, 0 for 3, will bat next. Chance for a big insurance run for the Rockies. Geislinger hasn't hit the ball out of the infield so far. Comebacker to the mound and a pair of grounders to the left side. First pitch misses in, ball 1. High fly, left field, twisting into foul territory, and it lands foul. Blue Ox are lucky that that was foul because it fell right in that Bermuda Triangle with the third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder all converging. 1-1 now the count. Storm sets, and the pitch floats over and just misses. Must have been high. Storm sets, a look towards second, and the 2-1 to the plate. There's a strike. This time Maneke gets his pitcher the call, and the count is 2-2. Back. Inning set up with the leadoff single and the sacrifice bunt. Now the Rockies have the top of their order up with a chance to convert. Breaking ball upstairs. Easy take for Geislinger, and the count runs full. 3-2. First base open, Jordan New on deck. Payoff pitch, just off the corner. Hit his spot, Maneke held it, and it's a walk, first and second. Now in the grand scheme of things, that could turn out to be a blessing in disguise. It sets
Shortstop,
up the double play.
Number 2, Jordan New.
Jordan New is 0 for 2. He has not hit the ball out of the infield. Grounder to second, and a pair of pop-ups. 1 to second, 1 to third. Third baseman Olsen playing right on the bag. There's a bunt, first base side, in between, and dropped it first. Miscommunication from the pitcher Storr and the first baseman Zulke as to who is going to field that ball, and it will be a bunt single for Jordan New. That will load the bases as Distel goes to third and Geislinger goes to second.
Bunt single loads the bases for number 1, the third baseman, David Jonas.
Here's David Jonas. 0 for 2 at the plate with a walk. 2 errors and an additional misplay in the field, but a big chance here to give his team some breathing room. First pitch is a strike. Last time up, Jonas hit a ground ball to third that he insisted glanced off his toe and should have been a foul ball. Umpires conferred, the call was upheld, Jonas was upset. But after that, a pair of runs scored. The 0-1. Line down the left field line, turning and going foul. You could tell the reaction from Jonas. He never really left the box. But he hit it well. Now we'll try and square something up. Behind in the count 0-2. Storm sets, and the pitch. Up into the bat foul. Another 0-2 coming. Bases full of Rockies. Just off the corner. Close pitch to take. But the count is 1-2. Storm's pitch. Again, hit well down the left field line, but turning foul. Both have been fouled by 5-6 feet, maybe. Not close enough to be controversial, but close enough to wonder what might have been. We'll see what Jonas can do here. Count remains 1-2. Distel at third, Geislinger at second, New at first.
Keep battling up there, keep battling.
Taken low and away. 2-2. Storm's pitch. Chopper, left side, deep in the hole. Only one play to second. He's safe. And now the throw gets away. 2 runs are going to score. Rockies take a 5-1 lead. Hendricks threw to second. The throw was late and low. McNallen couldn't dig it out. Distel scores from third. Geislinger scores from second. And it's a 4-run lead for the Cold Spring Rockies. Time for a mound visit. Blue Ox need to regather here. Still only 1 out in the inning. That should be a hit and an error. Right now I only see an error on the board, but that should be remedied. Even a good throw, I don't think, is in time to get New at second base. The error will be on the shortstop,
number 21,
Hendricks.
Austin Duffner.
Here's Austin Duffner. He has not been retired today. A walk in the first, a homer in the fourth, and a single to kickstart the 2-run rally in the 6th. First and third. First pitch is a strike. Duffner's homer, a bomb down the right field line. Line into left center field. That'll be down for a hit. Splitting the gap. Coming home from third and scoring is new, and it gets by the center fielder Rutledge. All the way home from first is Jonas. 2 more runs come home, and the Rockies are pouring it on in the 7th inning. It's a 7-1 lead for Cold Spring.
Brings up the second baseman, number 19, Alex Geislinger.
Doesn't look like there's an error up on the board, so we will credit Duffner with a pair of RBI. Duffner, the only man still on the base paths, as Alex Geislinger takes a strike. Geislinger 2 for 3, single and an RBI triple. There's a strike, 0-2. The only out in the inning was given to the Blue Ox, the sacrifice bunt from the pinch hitter SQ. Oh-2 coming. Fouled at the plate. Good 2-strike swing from the second baseman. Lifted in the air, shallow left. Out is the shortstop Hendricks. Backtracking, he makes the catch. 2 down. 8th man to bat in the inning is Nick Skluzacek.
Left fielder, number 29, Nick Skluzacek.
Now if you're the Rockies, you think 9 outs to get. Gotten a great outing from Brinker. You maybe bring someone else in the hopes that you can use Brinker tomorrow in the championship. There's a liner into center field, down for a hit. Rounding third, coming home is Duffner. Bobbled in center, the throw off target. Another run scores for the Rockies. It's an 8-1 lead on a 5-run 7th inning. Skluzacek takes second on the throw.
Brings up the catcher, number 14, Calvin Kaltoff.
Calvin Kaltoff will bat next. Looks like another mound conference coming for Bemidji, and not too many options. If they want to make a change, they do have a couple draftees from Ada, and they're looking down towards the bullpen as if that's what's going to happen. Talking it over and trying to figure out if Storm has anything left in the tank. Yeah, they're going to make a move. So Storm is done. Great through 6. Running into trouble here in the 7th. We'll have a pitching change and be back after this. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv.
Running for a base hit. Morris now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate, not in time. The game is tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield, and the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. Fires this one, driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3, Cold Spring. Unbelievable.
Runs scored here today. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. Another one gone. McCoy Rodney goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away now.
It's an 8-1 Cold Spring lead over the Bemidji Blue Ox. 5 runs and counting here in the 7th inning for the Rockies to open things up.
Draftee from Ada.
Turner Storm is out, and
Resnick.
Zephyr Resnick is in. Resnick drafted from the Ada team. Called upon to get the final out of the 7th. The 9th man to bat is Calvin Keltoff.
Number 23, Luke Humbert.
Luke Humbert is the pinch runner for Nick Skluzacek at second base. For Turner Storm, 6 2/3 innings, 8 runs on 9 hits. He walked 3, struck out 3, responsible for the man at second. They've still got 1 error up on the board, and I think they might be a hit short as well. Jonas hit that ground ball deep in the hole towards short. I put down an RBI single on my scorebook. I don't think they put a hit up on the scoreboard. First pitch is a strike. Kaltoff 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the second. Since then, a fly to center and a strikeout. Sam Distel, who began the inning with a single, is in the on-deck circle. 0-1. That skips and hops up in the air. Never really left the batter's box. But Manicky couldn't find it, and a wild pitch will allow Humbert to advance 90 feet. Chopper to short, charging Hendricks. Throws on the run, and that does it for the Rockies in the 7th inning. But they score 5 runs to blow this game open. They now lead it 8-1. Stretch time in Springfield. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! DuBois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Merchandise or head over the concession stand.
Bottom of the 7th inning,
Again, remember,
an 8-1 lead for the Rockies over the Blue Sox here in the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Winner of this game will play almost immediately after this one comes to a close. We're scheduled for a 6 o'clock start against Fairmont, who won 5-1 over Buffalo in the noon gun game. So Fairmont against perhaps Cold Spring. Bemidji might have something to say about that. They've got 9 outs to work with to overcome a 7-run deficit. Jake Brinker looks like he's going to give an inch. He's allowed only an unearned run over 6 innings so far. Just 2 strikeouts. But he's allowed only 1 hit since the 2nd inning. And even that hit was an infield single, perhaps misplayed by his third baseman. Hunter Olsen,
off the bottom of the 7th for the
third
Blue
baseman,
Ox. Third baseman, number 16,
is
Hunter
taking his first
Olsen.
turn at bat. Brady Rutledge had gone 0 for 1, and after his ground out to short in the 4th was replaced defensively. Olsen takes wide. With such a thin roster, the Blue Ox had only 1 bench player, and that was Olsen. You wouldn't think they'd make that move unless they had to. Here's a pop-up. Back of second. Geislinger dancing with the wind, and he makes a tumbling catch. The wind pushed it out into shallow right field, but Geislinger stayed with it the whole way to make the catch for the first out. 8 outs to get for Brinker and the Rockies.
Shortstop, number 5, Mitch Hendricks.
Here's Mitch Hendricks. He's 1 for 3. A single in the first. Big turning point in the game was his double play grounder to get Brinker off the hook for a bases loaded threat in the 2nd that ended the inning. Also struck out looking to end the 4th with the man at 2nd. Here's a hard ground ball knocked down by the third baseman Jonas, moving to his left, up with the throw in time. Nice play by Jonas. And some great infield defense from the Rockies here in the 7th inning. 2 up, 2 down.
Brings up number 4, the second baseman, Connor McNallen.
Now Connor McNallen. 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. Outside corner again. Called strike 2. Popped up, spinning foul over our heads. And thank goodness we've got a roof over our heads. Brinker ahead 0-2. The lefty's pitch. Line drive, knocked down by the second baseman Geislinger, but he has no play. And the ball was hit on the screws. McNallen should reach on an infield single to keep the 7th inning alive.
Base hit brings up the center fielder, number 13, Cody Rutledge.
Now Cody Rutledge, 0 for 3. 2 flyouts to right field for the center fielder. Also reached on a fielder's choice. Ground ball to 3rd, and this one's past Jonas into left. Back-to-back 2-out singles. Blue Ox aren't done. They've got a 2-out threat here in the 7th. Now Otto Grimm, the cleanup hitter, who is 0 for 3. Everyone except for Grimm has at least been on base for the Blue Sox, either via hit, walk, hit by pitch, or fielder's choice. First pitch is a strike. Bounced. And a nice stop by Colton. Neither base runner too eager to make it out on the base paths. Outs are going to be at a premium here. 7 more of them, and the Cold Spring Rockies are moving on to the state semis. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Breaking ball, spun back to the screen. One, two from Brinker to Grimm. Just missing outside. Good pitcher's pitch ahead in the count, but Grimm didn't chase. Breaking ball. This is the other side of the corner. 3-2 now. That will give both runners a head start. Turner Storm's spot due up next, and he will remain in the order despite leaving the game on the mound. Payoff pitch. Chopper to short. It'll require a throw to first. And New completes that for out number 3. A pair of two-out singles are left aboard. And the Blue Ox do not score in the 7th inning. On to the 8th. Rockies up 8-1 on Prep Spotlight.
For Bemidji in the bottom of the 7th.
On to the 8th inning in Springfield, Minnesota. 8-1, the Rockies leading the Blue Ox. Cold Spring 6 outs away. Big date later tonight.
Rockies, number 3.
In the semifinal round, playing Fairmont. Rockies, on the strength of a 5-run 7th, now have some breathing room. The same man who started the 7th will start the 8th. That's Sam Distel, the DH. First pitch fouled to the backstop. Zephyr Resnick retired the only man he was asked to face in the 7th inning. That bailed out Turner Storm, whose book is now closed with 8 runs, but not all of them earned. At least we don't believe so. There were a couple discrepancies between what I saw and what went up on the scoreboard, but there was at least one error in that 7th inning. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-2. Skip to the backstop, 2-2. And just thinking out loud here, actually, if there is only one error in the 7th inning, it was likely charged to the shortstop Hendricks on the throw to second. Batted ball with the bases loaded off the bat of Jonas. And I think that would have been a single. And the error only allowed an extra base to everyone who had already reached. Check swing, missing inside on appeal. No appeal. 3-2 the count. So we'll say that all the runs are earned to Storm, though he did pitch well through the first 5 innings. Unable to get out of that 7th. Fouled at the plate. 3-2 the count remains. Last we heard, Young America had a 4-0 lead over Bird Island over in Milroy. And this is in. Leadoff walk to Distel. He started the 7th inning with a single, came around to score.
Right fielder, number 15, Brady Lynn.
Here's Brady Lynn back in the game. He was pinch hit for in the 7th for Colin Eskew, who, based on what we've seen of him, must be the sacrifice bunt specialist. Because he dropped down a good bunt. And now he's back out of the game. Ball 1 misses. Then 0 for 2, grounder to second and a grounder to short. Big swing and a miss, 1-1.
I always say you can never have you do like different. Hopefully get it.
Missing inside, 2-1. 8 runs on 9 hits for the Rockies, a run on 6 hits for the Blue Ox. Bemidji had a 1-0 lead until the top of the 4th inning. Rockies' first hit of the game was a game-tying solo homer off the bat of Austin Duffner to begin that top of the 4th. And 2 runs in the 6th to take the lead, and a 5 spot in the 7th for some considerable breathing room. Inside, and it's a walk. Back-to-back walks to begin the 8th inning. It's a 7-run lead. Get out to 10, and this game
Number 5,
is
the center fielder, Tyler Geislinger.
Lineup turns over for the leadoff man, Tyler Geislinger. He's hitless, but he drew a walk in the 7th inning and came around to score. He scored on the Austin Duffner 2-run double. Actually, I beg your pardon. No, on the throwing error by the shortstop Hendricks. First pitch is a strike.
Right center field. I'm calling.
0-1. Pounded off the plate. High chopper. Someone's got to cover first. And there's nobody there. Infield single off the plate for Geislinger. And the Rockies once again have the bases loaded. 2 walks and an 80-foot chopper. But that's the way things are going for Cold Spring right now.
Shortstop, number 2, Jordan New.
Now Jordan New. New is 1 for 4. Singled and scored his last time up. Infield playing in, they can't afford any more runs to score. Fouled straight back.
Is that a little bit closer?
About 15 minutes for us, but there's no reason we can't do it here.
You like driving down here? Yeah. Oh, sure.
Instead of going through River Falls.
Yeah. Come on, Jordan.
Zephyr Resnick delivers the 0-1. It's in the dirt. It kicks away from Manicky. Coming home from third is Distel, and he scores. Another run for the Rockies. It's now 9-1. That'll be a wild pitch. The trail runners also advanced. And now, potential game-ending run is at second base.
It's a girl. It's a girl.
Lynn at third, Geislinger at second. Swing and a miss to the backstop, but a hard carom. Manicky fields it. Count is 1-2.
Your birthday's coming up pretty soon.
Yes, she is. Is your little one walking now?
No, not yet. She's standing by herself. She's not walking. Yours? She pushes a little thing and then she can walk out.
Yeah. Just 2 or 3 steps, but definitely she loves to crawl.
Only bad thing is always is
Resnick sets. The 1-2 pitch. Skipped in front of the plate. 2-2.
Come on, Jordan.
Resnick takes the sign. The set and the delivery. Line foul down the third base line. Still no outs in the inning. Bemidji with their backs to the wall. New hanging tough. Another 2-2. Lifted into center. Rutledge sets up for a throw. Charging in. He makes the catch. Coming home from third is Lynn. The throw not in time. It's a sacrifice fly and a 10-1 Rockies lead. And just as importantly, the trail runner Geislinger able to advance to third.
Sacrifice fly brings up the third baseman, number 1, David Jonas.
Geislinger and the Rockies 90 feet away from, we believe, ending this game early. David Jonas at the plate. RBI single his last time up. Breaking ball, misses upstairs. 1-0 to David Jonas, the player manager for these Cold Spring Rockies. 2 runs already in. The infield remains in. Blue Ox know what's at stake. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One swing and miss. 1-2. If you get 2 outs, you can bring the infield back to normal depth, making things just a touch easier for the Blue Ox. Resnick's pitch, missing inside. Manicky's been kept busy.
Is he still
Wild pitch earlier in the inning got by him. And it has to have been a long day for a catcher. 2-2 coming. Waits back on a breaking ball and flips it foul out of play.
Yeah, I suppose there's so many people there, I probably don't even know 10 people.
Infield in, outfield playing shallow as well. The 2-2. Check swing. But he went. Home plate umpire rings up Jonas. It's the second time Jonas has been upset with the call from the home plate umpire.
Brings up
Big
the first
strikeout
baseman,
for round number 2.
Number 21, Austin Duffner.
Gonna leave it to Austin Duffner. 2 down. And Duffner will be intentionally walked. Alex Geislinger now with that.
Intentional walk to Duffner. Brings up the second baseman, number 19, Alex Geislinger.
And Bemidji either is going to make a pitching change or they're going to move to a 5-man infield. Again, winning run by mercy rule is at third base, and that's going to be it for Zephyr Resnick. So a pitching change. Blue Ox center fielder Rutledge is going to, I believe, pitch himself. We'll be back.
Come up with an ambulance and pick her up. Okay, sir. Can you give me your address? Yeah, we're at 1825 Eucalyptus
Not sure what
Drive.
we're listening to
Okay,
right
can
now.
you spell that for me, sir? I'm going to drag her on over to Oak Street and you can pick her up there.
Some crank calls, I guess. Well, we don't want to miss what happens after this, and we don't know how long it's going to take for Connor McNallen to warm up. But McNallen, the second baseman, is now on the mound. Cody Rutledge will be
Now pitching for Blue Ox, number 4,
Back to the main page, and at around
McNallen.
6 o'clock, we'll have the semifinal between Fairmont and the winner of this game. At the same time over in Milroy, it'll
Second
be St.
baseman,
Patrick and the
number
winner of the
19,
Young America
Alex
Bird Island
Geislinger
game.
at the plate.
And the championship set to be played here in Springfield at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Here's Alex Geislinger with the chance to give the Rockies the run rule victory. Tyler Geislinger at third. Austin Duffner, after the intentional walk, is at first. McNallen's first. Missing outside. 1-0. Inside 2-0. Cody Rutledge, the player-manager, moved himself from center field to second base, and he made this pitching change to try and keep this game going. Chopper foul up the third base line, 2-1. Even a wild pitch could potentially score Tyler Geislinger from third. Plenty of backstop room behind home plate here at Riverside Park. The 2-1. Outside corner for a strike, 2-2. McNallen sets. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That does it for the Rockies in the 8th inning. They get 2 but not 3, and we play on. A 10-1 Rockies lead on PrepSpotlight.tv. Bottom of the 8th we go. Bemidji Blue Ox have kept this game alive by holding the Rockies to only 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning, but they need to do something here in the bottom half to put this game back in range. 10-1 our score.
Number 2,
6 outs away from a date in the semifinals later tonight. Turner Storm was the starting pitcher. He's now re-entered the ballgame as the left fielder. He'll lead things off for the Blue Ox against Jake Brinker, pitching a gem. First pitch, swinging, strike 1.
Latest update from Milroy, still 7-0 Young America in the 8th.
Young America up 7-0 on Bird Island in the 8th inning of the other quarterfinal in Milroy. So if the scores hold, the final 4 in Class C will be Fairmont, Cold Spring, Young America, and St. Patrick. Popped up down the right field line. Lynn over towards the line. And a foul ball catch made by the right fielder, out number 1. Up next is Colin Rutledge.
Right fielder, number 18, Colin Rutledge.
Cold Spring, you would have to imagine, has a vested interest in getting this game over with as quickly as possible. There's a leader that sneaks into center field. Rutledge has his first hit.
Base hit brings up number 8, the catcher, Caleb Manicky.
Will be back on the field against a new opponent in about an hour's time. Haven't seen if Fairmont left, maybe to get some food, or if they're just hanging out on their bus behind the ballpark. Here's a ground ball through the hole to left. Caleb Manicky has his 3rd hit. He's been pulling his weight. Back-to-back singles, it's 1st and 2nd for Basil Zilke.
Brings up the first baseman, number 26, Basil Zilke.
Zolke, once upon a time, gave the Blue Ox a 1-0 lead with an RBI double back in the 2nd. Brinker comes set, and the pitch inside corner for a strike. breaking the ball. Got him out in front, 0-2. Breaking ball, almost hit him. 1-2 the count. Breeze picking up here in Springfield. 1-2. Foul behind home plate, out of play. One-two. Swing and miss, strike three. Just the third strikeout all afternoon for Jake Brinker and the first of the swinging variety.
Now batting, number 16,
number
the
2.
third baseman, Hunter Olson.
Here's Hunter Olson. Olson 0 for 1 at the plate, took over as a defensive replacement for Brady Rutledge. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Reaching across the plate. He takes a strike. 0-2. Check swing, goes through the 5-hole of Kaltoff, and both runners will advance. 1-2 now the count. That'll be a wild pitch, allowing both runners to advance. Brinker sets, and the 1-2. Outside. 2-2. Tapper towards short, charging is new. Throws on the run. Out number 3. Blue Ox threatened, but leave 2 men in scoring position. On to the 9th inning. A 10-run lead for the Rockies. You're watching Prep Spotlight.tv.
For the Blue Ox in the bottom of the the west gate. I know about half of you probably want to stick around, but we got our
Rockies on.
Fielder, number 29, Nick Skluzacek.
Nick Skluzacek will lead things off. He's driven in 2 with a 1 for 3 afternoon. run-scoring sacrifice fly, and an RBI single. He was the last man that the starter Turner Storm faced in that 5-run 7th inning. Ball 1 misses. Fouled at the plate, 1-1. Not that the Rockies are going to punt on this half inning, but the quicker they can make it go, the more time they'll have to breathe and reset before the important semifinal game in less than an hour. It's 5:10 right now. This game is about 2 hours and 15 minutes old. Heck foul, 2-2. Inside, and it hit him. Skluzacic aboard with a hit by pitch to lead off the 9th inning. Did they pinch run for him?
Brings up
already
the catcher,
have.
number 14,
coming in earlier.
Kalta.
So to do it again would to take him out of the game. Looks like he will stay at first base. Here's Calvin Kaltoff, the catcher. Hitless with a hit by pitch back in the 2nd. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Next pitch, misses upstairs. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, mighty wallop from Kaltoff. Came up empty. McNallen's pitch. Ground ball, right side. Bobbled by the second baseman, Rutledge. Throws onto first. And they do get the out. Scored 4-3 with Skluzacic moving to second base. Now base it to the outfield, could potentially end the ball game.
Number 3, the designated hitter, Sam Distel.
Here's Sam Distel. Distel 1 for 3. Led off both the 7th and the 8th innings by reaching base and ultimately coming around to score. Fouled straight back, 0-1. McNallen's pitch. Outer half for a strike, 0-2. Rockies have 10 runs on 10 hits. They've overcome 4 errors of their own in the field. Blue Ox 1 run on 8 hits. They've committed 1 error. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Distel gone on strikes. That's the 2nd strikeout for McNallen. And now Brady Lynn.
Right fielder, number 15, Brady Lynn.
Lynn has been in and out of the 9 spot. Pinch hit for it in the 7th inning, so Colin Eskew could drop down a sac bunt. But he was back in there for the 8th and drew a walk to come around and score. 0 for 2 in total. Chases outside, a swinging strike 1. McNallen's next. Foul at the plate. And it's 0-2. McNallen's offering. Check swing, missing wide, 1-2. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Blue Ox will have the top of their order due up. Hendricks, McNallen, and Rutledge. It'll take a miracle. 1-2. Jump foul. Did some side spin, almost rolled back fair. McNallen trying to pitch a scoreless 9th inning. The 1-2 pitch in on the hands. Shortstop Hendricks fields and drops it. Doesn't have a play. First and third now. Lynn reaches. We'll see if it's a hit or an error. Would have been a tough play to make. And it's an error on the shortstop Hendricks. Sklizacic moves to third. And we are going to have, it appears, a pinch hitter. TJ New.
Now batting for the Rockies, number 9, TJ New.
Jordan New on deck, but here's the pinch hitter TJ. Batting for Tyler Geislinger. Geislinger had gone 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch down the middle of strike. Sklizacic at third, Lynn at first. Rockies trying to end it here and now. Outside, 1-1. Lined off the facing of the third base dugout. Everyone from Cold Spring jolted awake, but everyone is okay. That's the most important thing. 1-2. Line foul down the third base line. Once again, the Rockies have built a rally without the benefit of a base hit. Hit by pitch started the inning. The error on the shortstop Hendricks extended the inning. One-two. Just off the corner, 2-2. McNallen sets, and the 2-2. Blowing in, 3-2. Jordan New set to bat next. Oh, I see another pinch hitter taking some cuts in the on-deck circle if it gets that far. Three-two pitch, runner goes, inside out swing, little pop-up towards third. Olsen makes the catch, and that does it for the Rockies in the top of the 9th inning. They do not score, they leave men at the corners. They're now 3 outs away from victory, a 10-1 lead going to the bottom of the 9th. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv.
For the Rockies in the 9th, no run.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Now a 3 in the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Mitch Hendricks.
Bottom of the ninth inning coming up. Cold Spring Rockies have a 10-1 lead over the Bemidji Blue Ox. Jake Brinker out there trying to complete this game. He has allowed only an unearned run thus far. First pitch misses, wide ball one to Mitch Hendricks, the leadoff man for the Blue Ox, who is 1 for 4 with a single all the way back in the first inning. This was a tie game going to the 6th inning and a 3-1 game going to the 7th. The Rockies have scored 9 unanswered runs to open up a comfortable lead. Chopped foul at the third base line. 1-2 the count. Hendricks, McNallen, and Rutledge, the last hope for Bemidji. Away, 2-2. Cracked in the air, right center field. It won't be caught. Out to right field and all the way up to the wall. Hendricks, extra bases, gliding into second with a leadoff double.
Leadoff double brings up the pitcher, number 4, Connor McNallen.
Connor McNallen steps in. 1 hit today. He was also hit by a pitch. First pitch popped up foul, backing out of play. Missing low. 1-1. Hook just foul down the first baseline. 1-2. Breaking ball just missed the spot. Pulled down back into the zone by Kaltoff to no avail. 2-2. McNallen sends a high, deep drive down the right field line. Wind pushing it out of play into the bullpen. Brinker sets and delivers. Cracked in the air to center. Going back is Geislinger. He makes the catch. 1 down, 2 to go. Cody Rutledge will bat next.
Second baseman, number 13, Cody Rutledge.
Rutledge 1 for 4. He singled his last time up. Lifted in the air to right. Lynn over, underneath it, makes the catch. 2 down. And the last chance for the Blue Ox, Otto Grimm.
Center fielder, number 3, Otto Grimm.
Grimm started in left field. He's moved to center. 0 for 4 at the plate. Pair of ground outs, a strikeout, and a flyout. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch lifted in the air down the right field line. Lynn drifting towards the line. Now in foul territory, makes the catch. And that's the ball game. The Rockies win it 10-1 and advance to the semifinals. Played later tonight here in Springfield. Jake Brinker with a complete game performance. The offense comes alive late with a 10-1 final.
Bemidji, congratulations on being here at the final weekend, making the final 8. We've now got our final 4, I believe.
We're going to step away here for as long as it takes to get the field
haven't gotten
prepped,
the
the
final
lineups
from
written
Milroy
down.
yet, but our
No final yet
two
from
here
Milroy.
are set.
Young America was up big in the 9th. We've got our semifinal matchup here in Springfield. It'll be Fairmont against Cold Spring. Coming up around 6 o'clock here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Thank you so
very
much.
This is Eric Kramer signing off for now. Springfield, Minnesota. It's been a presentation of PrepSpotlight.tv.
And hustling out of here.